lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Get it.
All right. Welcome to Sim Racing Media. Coming at you tonight in the booth, Chris Murphy with my good friend that I just met about a half an hour ago, Emmett Crow. How you doing tonight, Emmett?
I'm doing just fine, Chris, and what an exciting night for sure. This special one-off race, but look at what's on the track, Chris. It is the golden generation. It is the Gen 4 Cup cars, and we're in for a great race tonight for sure.
We're here tonight with Racers Elite. Kind of doing a little pickup race, not a points race tonight. Here at Talladega with the Gen 4 Cup cars, as Emmett said. Just getting done qualifying. And we are going to start off with your lineup here. We are together for the first time tonight, so we're going to give it a shot. Good to see you, Emmett. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully everything's good down here in Texas, brother.
Yeah, everything's good. I'm just hoping my OKC Thunder can pull it out tonight for sure.
There you go. All right, all on the pole tonight. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. Dale Prokop on the pole, and outside starting second is going to be Truth Hoke.
Yeah, and row 2 is where we're going to find Terry Fennell lining up next to Kyle Wells on the outside.
Row number 3, we're going to see Davis Shively alongside Aaron Roth.
Yeah, and then row 4, we'll find Stephen Blevins lining up next to Chris Gaxol.
You got it. There you go. That's what I'm going with, is Gaxol.
Gaxol.
Row number 5, we're going to find starting that 9th position going to be Daniel Jackson. Outside, starting 10th, is going to be Blake Davis.
Yeah, in row number 6, we'll find Austin Norris lining up next to Jonathan Harris on the outside.
And then not up on the screen, we're going to go back to row number 7. Starting 13th is going to be Jack Kelly. 14th, Troy Thomas. It looks like we're getting up on the grid
row
or something.
Number 8, we'll find Eric Howard lining up next to Aaron Marquis.
I think the S is silent, and I think it's French, right? Marquis, yeah. Starting in the 17th spot, starting in the 9th row in the 17th spot, Brett Bray, and outside of him, Adam Smith.
Yeah, and then right after, in row 10, we'll find Hayden Cummins lining up next to Brian Matthews on the outside.
Then back in row 11 is going to be Barry Nelson, and our host here with the Racers Elite, Andrew Teft.
Yeah, in row 12, we'll find Kinsley Smith lined up next to, well, hold on a second. It's going haywire. Line up next to Sean Burke on the outside, I believe.
And then in the back, bringing up rear of the field, we got Trevor Fettig, and it looks like Jesse Fox back there in that 69 car. I'm not sure if he's going to make the field or not. So we're going to jump here. We got 94 laps here tonight. We're expecting, if we can stay green throughout this whole race, we're looking probably about 28 to 30 lap pit window. I have yet to see a race in the last week that's gone green that long, but maybe we can do it here tonight at Talladega. It's going to be pretty exciting. Who are you looking for here to come up through the field?
Yeah, it's going. So who works the best together? This is my 3rd race with Racers Elite here at Talladega. Actually, also, Truth Hoke works good. Aaron Roth, Andrew Teft, those Chicken Coop Racing guys work really good. Misfits Racing works really good. I don't know. Troy Thomas works good. It's going to be a toss-up probably between Teft and we'll go Teft and Aaron Roth. Those are my 2 picks to watch.
It looks like the lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is diving down to the bottom. We got Dale Prokop on the pole here. Truth Hoke up on the outside as they're going to roll down through the tri-oval here at Talladega, and we're going to go green here for 94 laps.
Green flag.
And it's going to be side by side. We're 2 by 2 all the way back as they come across the stripe to start lap number 1 of 94 here with Racers Elite.
Yeah, and just listen to these cars just get up to speed. Oh my gosh, when we hit that first static cam, just hearing how it's going to sound, it's just going to be amazing, Chris, for sure.
And you can see the inside rows getting a good jump right now. That 55 car, Truth Hoke, kind of falling back to about that 4 spot on the outside as Terry Fennell's jumping up behind Dale. Oh, we got a car sideways down on the bottom. It looked like the number 1 car. Didn't quite see what happened there. It looked like the 1 car, Andy Smith, got sideways there. Spun down into the infield, but he looks like he didn't hit anything. No harm, no foul, and he's going, and we're staying clean and green.
Yeah, staying clean and green. And, yeah, look at, let's see, hold on 1 second. Look at that. Yeah, so Prokop just looking good on the bottom, get a good shot from Terry Fennell. But looky right there, there's Truth Hoke. Truth Hoke loves that outside line. I've seen him run it in a truck. I've seen him run it in the Gen 6, and now see him in the Gen 4 Cup car for sure.
And here's Hoke up on the outside. The outside row starting to get a little bit of a push there. That 88 car, Kyle Wells, they're giving Hoke a good push up on the outside, and they're going to work their way towards the front. We got a new leader here as Prokop led the first couple of laps here, but Hoke is now going to take the lead. And he's got a really good push. That outside row is really pushing along there.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed since I've been doing these one-off events with Racers Elite. They really love that that outside line just works so good together. No matter what cars it is. Kyle Wells looking really good. Looks like he's going to shoot up there and battle Truth Hope for the lead.
Yeah, Kyle Wells gave Hoke a push up to the front. He saw a chance to get down to the bottom. He dove down to the bottom. Now he's trying to take that lead away from Hoke. There's a good shot of the cars, a good shot of the whole field right here. Still everybody in the draft except for that one car of Andy Smith, who is now falling back. I think he's hoping for an early caution here so we can get caught back up to this field. But right now we're still 2 by 2 all the way back. I think we're going to see this all night long. Probably a little 3-wide racing as well.
Yeah, we're going to get to see some great racing. Well, somebody just got a compliment that they like the 41 car. As we take a look, that's going to be 41 is going to be driven by Aaron Marquis, going with the Tony Stewart throwback.
I think he got it. Yeah.
Scheme.
One of the last races I saw with Tony Stewart, I think, go back to the early 2000s. We saw that Home Depot car upside down. So hopefully we don't see the same thing for Aaron Marquis tonight. But good looking paint job there on that number 41 Home Depot car. Hoke's now working back up to the front. We saw Wells up there pushing, and Wells now.
The Cornhusker in the group,
Wells was up there fighting up towards the front, but he is now falling back in the middle of the pack. Now he's working his way back up to 10th. He was up there fighting with Hoke for the lead for a little while. Oh, we got a car sideways. We got a car around.
Caution, yellow flag.
Big pile up here. The 4 cars involved. The 51's involved. 1893. We got the big one here early on lap number 5. And we're going to get the caution out. See if we can go back and see what happened here. You see the 4 car there of Blake Davis all tore up.
I'm taking a look at right now.
So we can rewind here and see what happens. It looks like you can see the 4 car Davis there ducking up underneath the 707. Who is that 707 car? So we're still getting used to it, but that's Chris Caxel there. I know I got that name wrong, but and you can see he just kind of comes down. He thinks he's clear. He comes down the track just a little bit, catches that right front fender of Blake Davis, turns him around sideways in front of the field. That's going to put Davis down in front of that 41 car, and they just piled up from there. Let's see if we can get a shot from the blimp here. And you can just see him piling up all throughout the field. That's a big one. Well, there's like about 8 or 10 cars there involved in that one. We'll go back and see. Let's see if we can go back and see the view here from the 707 car. I hope you're watching the live feed so I don't miss the restart. Just learn how to use these. Learning how to use these replay. So let's jump over here a little bit. We'll look at this again one more time, and you can see the 707 up there on the outside, and he just kind of comes down, and they kind of meet in the same spot. That's a shame, too. They're all running right up there in the top 5. He almost gets upside down, but you see Davis with a hard crash right there, along with the 51 of Stephen Blevins. And we just knocked out about 4 or 5 cars out of this race. We'll go back to live, see where we are. Still under caution. See if we get some guys to come in and make some repairs, can get back out there. It looks like
look at the 88 car, Chris. Look at the 88 of
Kyle Wells.
Let's see. The 88 of Kyle Wells. Is it? Yeah, Kyle Wells. Look at the hood.
Yeah, he's taking some pretty good damage in that. He's coming down pit road right now, going to try to make some repairs. Looks like we've got just about everybody in the pits except for about the top 5. Hoke, Roth, Cummins, Matthews, Bray, and Kelly all going to stay out on the track, along with Trevor Fettig. But everybody else coming down in the pits, going to take on some tires. And Hoke going to hold on to that lead right now. We're 7 laps in. I think we're like we were estimating earlier. I think we're looking at about laps 28 to 30, about as far as they can go on a green flag run. But with the caution, it's definitely going to extend that.
Yeah, and it looks like Chris Gatzel is going to get the EOL penalty. So he'll get the end of the line.
Get a speeding penalty. They're going to throw the end of the longest line. So it looks like everybody's still. You can see the Blake Davis car here, all tore up. He's down there. See if that crew can get that car repaired, get him back out on the track. They've knocked the front end off that car, the left front off of it. We'll see. Hopefully he can get back out there. We're still under caution here. Racers Elite. You're here with Chris Murphy and Emmett Crow with Sim Racing Media covering this Racers Elite race here on a Friday night. Gen 4 Cup cars at Talladega. We had 25 cars show, 26 signed up, or 28 signed up for the night. 25 showed up to participate, and we are just getting past our first caution here, our first big wreck. Hopefully that's the last one we see there, Emmett.
Yeah, but I think this is the calm before the storm, Chris. So I wouldn't count our chickens before they hatch. But yeah, this is that's a tough wreck. But hopefully we try to keep it clean. But it's going to be a great race.
Our pole sitter Dale Procat back here in that 11th spot. Nice, simple. I like that blue flame job on that number 9 car, that number 9 Chevrolet. He's going to come down to the pits here kind of late. Going to top off with some fuel, it looks like. Going to take advantage of this longer caution here. Going to take on some fuel, see if he can go a little bit longer than some of these other guys going a little bit different strategy.
Yeah, Pro Cop. I really like how he runs these simple schemes. You know, there's some sweet looking, you know, iconic schemes, but to see him run just this 9 with throw the 9 on there with flames, it looks like it just came out of the fab shop, you know. So kind of looks like throwing back to the preseason Thunder test days.
Yeah,
Chris.
That looks good. Oh, we got somebody kind of blinking in and out of the view right there. That looks like it's at 73 of Hayden Cummins. It looks like we got lights out as we're heading down the back straightaways. I think we're going to go green this time by Truth Oak, Aaron Roth on the front row.
Look at Brian Matthews driving the camel car. What does this say on the back? Does this say your grandma smokes camel? Is that what this says?
Probably.
I gotta take a look at this.
That's awesome. All right, we get back up here to the front.
Want to buy a camel? That's what it says.
Want to buy a camel? Gotcha. All right, get back up here to the front as they come off of turn number 4. Getting ready to start lap number 8. Or excuse me, we're on lap number 8. We're getting ready to start lap number 9. Lights are out on the pace car. We should see it dip down into the pits here, and we'll go green one more time. Unfortunately, cautions breed cautions is what I've always said, so hopefully we can get going green here for a few more laps.
Yeah, what about Hayden Cummins making up 17 spots? Brian Matthews making up 15. Brett Bray making up 14.
Our big mover stayed out there.
Big movers in this.
Yeah, stayed out there into that pit stop and moved up all the way up to the front. I think they're going to hope for another early caution here and get back down to the pits, get some tires on. So as we're going green, Truth Oak with another good jump. He is going to get about a car length on Aaron Roth. Unfortunately, Aaron Roth is separating a little bit, getting a little bit distant. Oh, we got a car around. It's a 17 car. Where'd he go on my screen? I'm trying to find him. There he goes, Brett Bray. And he is going to make some hard contact with the inside wall. Let's see if we get another caution coming out right now. What happened to my...
yeah. Wow.
All right, looks like we're going to stay green, so we'll get back up here to the front. He's sitting down there in the infield. I thought we might go caution, so we'll get back up here to the front. And Truth Oak back out in the lead. Got Aaron Roth right there behind him in that 57 car. Hayden Cummins down there in that camel car. His grandma smoked some camels. Working his way towards the front.
Yeah, race control just came on and told the 17 they're not throwing the caution, so get out of the infield.
And it looks like we might have a new leader as Jack Kelly's now made his way to the front. Getting a good push from that 15 car, that really good-looking Michael Waltrip throwback of Kinsley Smith. Pushing Jack Kelly to the lead. That inside line, about 6, 7, 8, or 9 cars deep there, just getting a good, just pushing right by that outside line.
Yeah, look who's back up there, Mr. Prokop, right up there.
Prokop all the way
Down
back
the
up to
bottom.
6th.
I'm trying to get a push from Troy Thomas. I'll tell you, Troy Thomas had a really sweet looking Budweiser 8 with the Gen 6 cars. So it's, I mean, it's almost, you would almost expect him to run the 3 if he ran the 8, wouldn't you? You think?
You would think
Chris?
so. You would think so. We jump in car here with Dale Prokop. You see him making his way. He's moved his way all the way up to 5th after going about 16th after those pit stops. And he is running down these top 4 right now.
Uh-oh.
Just a really good run here. This inside line is just pulling away from the outside. What'd you see?
Little wiggling going on with the 73 of Hayden Cummings as he gave Kinsley Smith a shot trying to get the DEI driver to the front. And coincidental, Chris, the team initials are DEI.
Well, you can see these cars just kind of dancing around in the wind. They're a handful to hang on to, real life and sim racing. You can see take a look at that 15 car there, Kinsley Smith, and you can just see kind of bounce, dancing around the track right there. He's doing everything he can to stay glued to the back of Jack Kelly.
Man.
Have a little contact up on the outside.
Action further in the back. I guess iRacing thinks that the battle. Oh, there we go. Now it's going to go back there. Now it's going to Troy Thomas. Getting out of line a little bit.
We're looking back here in the middle of the pack here at Davis Shively. They're 2 or 3 wide all throughout the pack
Brian
here.
Matthews just came on and said that was a classic Dega.
Nice. Kinsley Smith now working to the front. That 15 Napa Chevrolet works his way to the front here now. So that's our 3rd or 4th different leader of the race. He's moved up 23 spots, started all the way back in 24th. 13 laps into this race here at Dega with Racers Elite, and he finds his way to the front. Hayden Cummins there in second. Dale Prokop has now made his way all the way up to 3rd-year pole sitter. After that late pit stop, has worked his way back up through this pack.
Yeah, Hayden Cummings.
We look back here with 3 wide, right?
Just
3
a little bit, but
Sorry to cut you off there, but we're back here at 3 wide with Andy Smith, Jason Harrison, and Brian Matthews running 3 back here in the middle of the pack. Are you gonna share the humor?
so Hayden Cummings just came on the radio because race controls going back, of course, go back and forth with these guys. Well, Hayden Cummings comes on the radio and says, "Okay, Mr. Caution."
All right, we're still looking up here at the front. So far, it's been a classic Talladega race, but you see with these Gen 4 cars, you actually get a little bit of separation. We don't see that nowadays with the modern age Cup cars. They stay 3-4 wide all night long, but with these, as we were talking earlier before the race, Emmett, these Gen 4 cars sitting at about 1,500 horsepower, and you're able to actually get a little separation. If you've got a better handling car, you can find your way to the front and not have to battle in that pack all night long.
Well, yeah, when we think about all these great plate drivers, Dale Sr., Dale Jr. I mean, those guys, it was funny because they'd say that they could see the air. And they could see where the air was going and how it would look on the car in front of them and see where the runs would be made. But yeah, just like you said, that's the thing about these new cars and compared to these Gen 4 cars. The Gen 4 were just in their own ballpark, and it stunk. I mean, that's why Jimmy Johnson was so good with them, in the later stages of the Gen 4. But I mean, put 1,500 horsepower in the Gen 7. I mean, you could do it. I mean, look at the product right here, and I think with iRacing bringing these back, I think this will be a tool that could be used to show NASCAR how the cars will act with 1,500 horsepower instead of 550.
Yeah, really good point there, Emmett. And as we're talking about that, we're looking at the action on the track, and that 73 car of Hayden Cummins and that Sunoco 73 had taken a peek at the lead for a second, but that inside line's coming back.
Oh, he's getting a big shot.
It's a big shot
Eric
right
Howard
in the back bumper from Eric Howard and that 76. But they kind of stalled out there on the outside of the 24 car there for that third spot. That outside row is going to have to get a little bit more organized if they're going to make a run on the outside of these top three drivers here.
Yeah, they definitely got to get organized, Chris. But that's the thing about these Gen 4s. You know, we saw in the Gen 6, we saw the tandem drafting, you know. But the thing about the Gen 4s was you didn't have to be so organized, you know, like we see nowadays with the energy and the lines. You could, it was all about side draft and getting the slingshots to at the right time. As we see right here, Hayden Cummings going to get a great launch right there and able to sneak up on Prokop, but not able to pass him for sure.
Prokop doing everything he can, just kind of pushing Kinsley Smith here, right? Sure, they can keep it out in the front, make the race between themselves, but Hayden Cummins in that number 73 now, getting, like you said, getting a great push from Eric Howard in that 76, and he's going to make his way to the front, and he is going to abandon Eric Howard on the outside, go down to the bottom, drop down in front of Kinsley Smith. So thanks for the push to the front, but you got it all on your own now. I'm going to the front here.
Yeah, you know, that's like gets pushed and gets hung out to dry, really, and that's the thing about these cars, you know. If one of them gets out of line, you're going to the sucker hole, and you're going to the back, and you'll have to work your way back up there for sure.
Hayden Cummins was able to get down up into the lead. Aaron Roth down there right behind him. And now we got Barry Nelson out in front in that 196. A good-looking Ricky Rudd. Is it a Ricky Rudd throwback or a Darrell Waltrip? I'm not sure which one. But he is getting a big push from that 57 to Aaron Roth.
Yeah, that's Ricky Craven, Chris. Thinking back to Ricky Craven when he won that Southern 500 over Kurt Busch. It was the closest finish at the time in NASCAR in 2003 at the line. But of course, we've seen a lot more closer finishes now with this Gen 7 car for sure.
And we got a tight battle up in front. Just as we thought they were going to single out a little bit. Now we are side by side all the way back throughout the field. 196 of Barry Nelson now out in front. 2 is outside to 73 of Hayden Cummins and Aaron Roth right there back there in third. He takes a look down inside the yellow line. We got a caution out. I'm not sure what it's for. Do you see what the caution?
That's what I'm
Some
trying
cars
to
down in the
look
pits.
at.
I'm trying to look back myself to see what it was or who it was. See if we can rewind here a little bit before that
Okay,
caution
let's
came
see
out and
right
see what we
here.
got. Do you see anything?
Not yet. I backed it up a lap. It looks like Aaron Roth just got shuffled on the apron. Weird. It could have just been an iRacing caution.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. We'll just go back to live time. I thought we'd go back and cover it and see if we could see what happened, but Barry Nelson has made his way to the front. And he goes past the pace car. Hopefully that's not a penalty. If we were covering an F1 race, that would be a penalty. You'd get a 5-10 seconds. So we're back under our second caution flag here at Talladega Racers Elite. Chris Murphy and Emmett Crow with Sim Racing Media bringing you the coverage here tonight.
Hold on, Chris. We might have found.
You might have found it.
We found it. Andy Schmidt. Let's take a look and see. Oh my gosh. Something happened. What happened to Andy Schmidt
Let's
right
see,
here?
how far do we got to go
Okay,
back
let's
here?
take a look. Lap 19 is where the incident occurred.
All right, I'm rewinding.
Justin Thomas.
There's probably another way to do this, but
Oh yeah, Justin Thomas got it. Oh my gosh.
Big crash.
Hard contact.
I got to go back like 2 laps. I'm still learning this SDK software here, so I'm sure there's an easier way to go back to the lap you want to go to. All right, we heard the reaction there from Emmett Crow, so it was a big hit there for that one car of Andy Schmidt. He's down in the pits trying to get some repairs to see what his crew's doing down there. A lot of damage. I don't think they can put a new front bumper on this thing.
Yeah, I think. Well, he came over the radio and somebody asked him, and he said, "Yeah, He said it's toast. He said I'm leaking fluid coming to the pits." So, looks like that might be the end of Andy Schmidt, but we'll see.
Nice looking paint. Nice looking callback on the DuPont paint job there. But he is going to be out of this one.
Yeah, the Rainbow Warriors.
Even if they get it back together, he's going to be out of contention. All right, so we're back under our second caution.
That was a hard hit.
Let's see if anybody gets back. See if anybody else dives down into the pits. $196 here. So we're calling it the Ricky Craven throwback. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, that is. If you look at it, it is the Ricky Craven, just the way the style is. Except the soup on the side. I believe that is Ricky Craven throwback.
He's made his way up to the front, up 20 spots. Barry Nelson started back in 21st. He finds himself out in front. We're 22 laps into this 94-lap event.
Wonder.
Yes, sir.
See if chat is saying anything about it.
Scrolls back through the field. We can see the cars back here with some damage on it. Steven Blevins back here in the back, just kind of limping around. Andy Schmidt looks like he may be out of this.
Aaron Marquis going to go to the back. Says he has a lot of damage. He doesn't want to be up in the front.
Good shot here from the blimp. It looks like the lights are out on the pace car. We're doubling up here. Barry Nelson, Sean Burke, Kensley Smith, Aaron Roth, your top four right now. Like that pink car back here, that fifth spot of Daniel Jackson. That's a nice, bright-looking paint job on that car.
Yeah, that's a nice paint scheme with the pink car. Truth Hoke is on the bottom.
It looks like the Pro Cop came down in and pitted again here. These top two cars, Barry Nelson and Sean Burke, have yet to pit. I mean, they pitted back on lap 6 and lap 7. Everybody else just came in within the last couple of laps. So let's see if they're going to be on old tires here. Let's see if these new tires behind them are going to run past them, or see if they can hang on to the lead here for a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
So our pace car lights are out. We're heading into turn number 3. We're going to go green this time by. Start lap number 24 out of 94. Before we're over this race, we'll see if we can figure out how to use the rewinds on.
Yeah. We're all learning. I mean, this is my first race in the sim.
It's our first time together here.
Yeah, we're all
having
learning.
some fun. All right. Let's see what kind of start Barry Nelson kind of falling back on this start right here.
I love it.
Pace car dives down into the pits. Barry Nelson creeping back up there. They're going to come up into the restart zone. We don't have any kind of special name for the restart zone. But it's going to be Sean Burke and Barry Nelson. Barry Nelson down on let's see what kind of start he can get here. He gets a pretty decent jump. And you can see those two cars on the inside get some separation from that third car back, that pink number 18 to Daniel Jackson. And that is not going to favor them at all. You're going to see this outside row a little bit better, a little bit more organized. I think they're going to make a run on that outside and claim that front position here. Oh, Barry Nelson able to jump up in front of that outside row. That was a dicey move right there.
Sean Burke going to give Barry Nelson a big shot into the
Barry Nelson barely saw a hole.
Trying to give Aaron Roth a shot. Pushes.
Barry Nelson he's just moving.
Going to drop down.
He is moving back and forth. He doesn't know which line to block right now. He's down there blocking the bottom. He's going to move back up to the top, block that outside Sean Burke. He doesn't know which way to go. He's going to take another. Oh, he thought about it. Now he's going to get stuck in the middle here.
Austin Norris. We're getting reports that Austin Norris is blinking just a hair. Oh, big blink right there. Was that Hayden Cummings?
It might have been. Barry Nelson trying to go back and forth, block the inside, block the outside. He is going to find himself in trouble. He is now in the sucker hole, stuck in the middle, and just going backwards. Was leading on that restart, now all the way back to 10th. And he's probably going to lose a few more positions before it's over with. See if he can find a hole. He is just begging his spotter to give me somewhere to go. We're watching this three-car battle right here farther back in the pack. Sean Burke out in front.
I don't know who it was, but somebody just told Barry Nelson said, 196 year old gets somebody killed, and Barry Nelson replied, well, that's part of plate racing.
There's single file up here in the front, but we look back here. Barry Nelson finally found himself a hole, gets down to the bottom, but all the way back in that 11th spot, leading the race just a lap and a half ago. Now finds his way all the way back in 11th on old tires. And Sean Burke has now made his way to the lead, but he's on his old tires too. I don't know if it's going to make that big of a difference here. What do you think there, Emmett?
Yeah, I mean, the track temperature is 118, so I mean, it is going to use some rubber, but I don't think it's going to. Of course, you know, these cars are running restrictor plates, so it's like they're not pushing that much, and you're not, you know, turning really any hardly, you know. So I don't think tire wear might not play a factor for sure, but you know for sure.
Yeah, it's got to come into play sometime before the race is over, but maybe not early enough. Maybe these tires are going to hold up for a while because Sean Burke's got 14-year older tires, and he is going to be able to hold on to the lead right here. But he's getting a big push here from Aaron Roth, Davis Shively, and Daniel Jackson in that really good-looking pink number 18. We got to showcase that. I really like that Logitech number 18 Chevrolet. And right behind him, 55 car True Toku led the race a little bit earlier. Sean Burke out in front, started back in 23rd, up 22 spots to lead this race.
Oh, Jack Kelly. Woo!
And we're around. We actually caught that one live. Jack Kelly around, gets a little sideways there. And he is going to turn down into the 196 of Barry Nelson, and also caught the 15 car of Kinsley Smith. We are looking at our third caution and another big event. We'll see. I can rewind this one here. I know where I'm at now.
Happening.
I just happen to be lucky and be on it there live.
Yeah.
So let's
when
look
I saw
here.
Jack Kelly. Oh yeah, Jack Kelly shot up in front of Barry Nelson, and when he did that, Barry Nelson got into him, and it was just a chain reaction. Nowhere for these cars to go.
Yeah, you see Jack Kelly kind of move up there, and then just move right up in front of that 196 of Barry Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
And he just lost it. He just kind of lost the back of the car there. Comes down across the 196. And that is going to start the chain reaction. The 73 car of Hadley coming. And our pole sitter, Dale Prokop, also involved in this. Not sure how much damage he took right there. And we're going to look from the in-car here of Prokop as he's coming into this. He's coming into this incident here. And you can see up there in front of him. He's back here about 5. Looks like he's about 7 cars. You can see them crashing right up there in front of him. He's trying to find a place to go. He thinks he's got it cleared. You're always told to go where they are and they'll be gone when you get there. But unfortunately, that did not work out for Prokop. And he's going to go around. Maybe a little bit of damage to the front. So just a little mistake there from Jack Kelly in that 24 car, and we're all piled up.
Oh man. Yeah, that was definitely Jack Kelly. Man, and you know the crazy thing was, Chris, I never heard Jack Kelly come on the radio to tell Barry Nelson that he was there.
It looked like he just kind of lost it. We'll rewind back here a little bit. I'm sure there's a better way to do this. Somebody's gonna have to, somebody in chat or something like that. There's more. Let's see here. We're just gonna watch him go around backwards here for a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're gonna watch this from the in car of Barry Nelson.
Oh yeah,
and you can see Kelly just kind of coming up the track, and he just kind of loses it. They make contact, and it's just going to be a hard hit. He just gets banged around, hit 4 or 5 times. So Barry Nelson was up there in the front early, but damage now to the back of that Tide car. We are under our third caution. Chris Murphy, Emmett Crow here with you. The Sim Racing Media covering the Racers Elite Talladega race for Gen 4 Cup cars. We are on our third caution. Two big events. One small little caution. We weren't even sure what that one was for. Oh yeah, we were. But see if we can get through this. We got 64 laps left to go. What's our over/under on more cautions from this point here, Emmett?
Let's see. We're at what? This is number 3, 4. So, I'll go over 5.
And so far, we've averaged a caution about every 10 laps. This be a long night if we did that from here on out, and with 60 laps left to go. I hope you brought your popcorn. All right, we still got the lights on the safety car. Aaron Ross now made his way to the front. Sean Burke came down into the pits. Looked like a bunch of other cars came down into the pits. Sean Burke finally pitted off those old tires, was out there in front on those older tires, but he's able to come down here and come back out in 6th, so some good strategy there from Burke. Let's see if he can get back to the front.
So, Chris, I want to give a little info. Chris Gatzel is actually an international driver from across the pond in the UK. So, great to see the international drivers out here tonight.
707 car, kind of looks like he's got an American flag painted on the car there. A little iRacing scheme. That looks really good.
I know, right?
Right now, your leader is Aaron Roth from Milford. Is that Nebraska? What's NE?
Yep, that's Nebraska.
All right, I should know that. But so Aaron Roth from Milford, Nebraska, in that number 57 Chevrolet finds his way to the front. 31 laps down in 94. Looks like the lights are out on the pace cars. We're heading down the back straightaway. One more time. We're gonna get really good at calling these restarts when this is over with. Oh, we were looking at earlier during practice too. We were looking at that number 90 at Jonathan Harrison. That cardboard, looks like a cardboard box Amazon Prime package.
Yeah.
And he's got the Tennessee Volunteers logo on his helmet, so I'm guessing he's from Tennessee, or just a fan, one of the two.
I think he's from Tennessee. Oh, Kinsley Smith has checked out of the race. Man, I hate to see that.
So we are down to what, 18 cars on the track right now?
Yeah, I believe so. No, we are down to 18.
All right, pace car is in. We're getting ready to go green, get back up here to the front with Aaron Roth and Truth Hoke on the front row.
We are getting reports that I hate to
green
tell
flag.
you, Chris, but looks like Daniel Jackson is starting to blink. Also,
All right, we go green. Aaron Roth going to go back out to the front.
yeah,
that-
look at this. Here comes. It's a special delivery.
Oh, you beat
as
me to
Jonathan
it.
Harrison's coming up. Oh man.
You beat me to it. Jonathan Harrison bringing the package to the front.
There you go. Truth Hope getting a shot from Eric Howard right here, trying to back up to him.
We'll take a look here. I don't use this camera very much here. This looking backwards.
Getting reports that Hayden Cummings is starting to blink.
There we go. Looking back from your leader, Aaron Roth, as Truth Oak's going to work his way to the outside. That's somebody's telling
Yeah,
me
look
that
at Eric Howard.
somebody texted me so they couldn't hear me talking, so that might be a good thing for him.
Now it looks like Harrison's going to give Roth a big shot down the backstretch, trying to push him to the lead.
So Hoke going to find his way back to the front. He led a little bit earlier. Aaron Roth trying to come back on the bottom, getting a shove there from Jonathan Harrison. Up on the outside, you look to see that pink number 18 of Daniel Jackson trying to make an extra groove out there. He is wiggling all over the place behind the grandma's camel car. All right, it's an inside joke if you weren't here earlier.
Oh, man.
Hoke working back out in front. Where we got 16 cars still on the lead lap. Our pole sitter, Dale Prokop, the first car a lap down. He's hoping for another caution here to get the lucky dog. Get back on the lead lap with the rest of this field.
Well, the way that the field's looking back behind these top four, they might get that caution because these guys are all just racing, all swirly. Looks like the 90 is starting to blink.
Keep an eye on that Hayden Cummings. He was way up on the outside. He thought he was going to make a run on the outside of that 18 of Daniel Jackson. Thought better of it. He almost got squeezed into the wall there. Makes a wise decision, backs out. As Emmett said, Truth Hoke now out in front. Aaron Roth trying to get a run down on the bottom, getting a big push in that number 90 UPS package of Jonathan Harrison.
Yeah, but look at Aaron Roth on that inside line.
Aaron Roth coming back now. Truth Hoke kind of moved up the outside in front of Eric Howard. Eric Howard. I don't know. Howard. I don't know why that's such a hard word to say right now. Eric Howard on that 76 with a big push on that outside is going to push Hoke back out to the front as we come through the trial over here to start lap number 36.
Oh, man. Hey, Aaron Roth. Getting on the bottom. I think that was planned, though, Chris. At first, I was like, whoa, what's going on? But hearing the audio, I think Aaron Roth was doing that so that Harrison could back up to him and Burke can get there and give these boys a push.
You do that to me. It's like, when you're driving down the highway and somebody reacts that to you next to you in the car, you're like, it kind of scares the hell out of you for a second there. I was jumping around, trying to click around, trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, that's how I was. It happened so quick. I was watching it, and all of a sudden I saw Aaron Roth shoot down to the apron, and I was like, "Oh, oh man!"
It
was just for these boys to get in line so that they could work together for sure. Look at that high line.
We got Sean Burke now back up on the outside. Was the 70? Was it 29? 28.
Oh man! Did you see the shot that Hayden Cummings just got in the back? Man,
I was not looking that far back through the field. Did it help him get towards the front?
well, just saw it. No, not really. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
We'll look back up here to the front, and it's Truth Hoke, Eric Howard, and Aaron Roth. Jonathan Harris now moved to the outside. He'd been pushing along on the bottom, but he's going to take a shot to the outside. See if he can get a little help here from that 93 of Sean Burke. Sean Burke's been up, and he's been yo-yoing throughout this field, just up to the front and back and forth, trying to get back to the front right now. Finds himself sitting in about 5th. And we're 3 wide now.
Trouble for Aaron Roth. Aaron Roth, sorry, Chris, to cut you off.
Yeah.
Aaron Roth is going to the back. His screen is flickering. He can't see. So Aaron Roth has dropped back.
That's too bad. He had a good run going. As we jump back here at 3 wide now. Hayden Cummins up there on the outside. He's kind of getting freight train. He got stuck up there on the outside.
Man.
Finally found a hold back here by Daniel Jackson. Little wiggly, a little bit of contact, but looks like he's going to get it straightened out and keep going.
Man. Hayden Cummings once again. I thought they were going to wreck.
Oh, they've.
But these boys, I mean, for these, that's the thing about these Gen 4 cars. I mean, they're bouncing around, you know, they're slooping and slogging, they're zigging, they're zagging. But these boys are doing a great job, having great car control, and able to keep them under them, and able to keep rolling, and not having any big wrecks.
I think they wrecked 2 or 3 times right there and just didn't even know it.
Yeah.
We'll look back here through the field. Davis Shively back to our big mover now of the race right now is Sean Burke. Started 23rd on the field. He's up 19 spots up to 4th. Our pole sitter, Dale Prokop, back here in this number 9 car, got involved in that early action. Looked like they got that back of that car fixed up a little bit. He was running up towards the front early, sat on the pole. Had a little bit different pit strategy earlier, but he kind of got involved in that caution now, and he finds himself a lap down. He is really hoping for another caution so he can get back into the fight for this win.
Jack Kelly just shot down on the apron. Oh, they were avoiding Barry Nelson. Tough break for Barry Nelson. Had a great run going.
Yeah, he did. He's kind of limping around up there. Going to try to finish this race. In that 196, you can see the damage on the back of that car. He's just, it looks like he may be, looks like he's going to pull in and retire here at this point. He's hanging on for as long as he could. We are on lap number 40. Started 41. We just crossed the line. Started lap 41 and 94. Truth Hoke, Eric Howard, and Jonathan Harris, your top 3. Sean Burke still up there in the top 4. As the field is kind of thinned out here. I think we're down to maybe 18 cars left on the track, maybe 19. With only 15 on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, with 54 laps to go, you know, looking at this, it looks like Jesse Fox, as our great buddy Mr. Allen would say, is going to win the race to the beer stand.
I don't even know if he made it to the racetrack. I think the hauler broke down trying to get into the track. I think Blake Davis was probably the last car that actually started.
Yeah, Blake Davis.
It's actually a, yeah, that's kind of the, that's the
I
downside.
don't think Jesse Fox made it.
That's the downside to the sim racing. You know, you can have a lot of, in real life, you have a lot of mechanical issues. In sim racing, you just have network issues. What a big run from the outside there from Jack Kelly, getting a push from our host, from Racers Elite, Andrew Teft. We haven't really said his name much all day, but he is coming to the front, pushing that outside, pushing that number 24 car, Jack Kelly, to the front. They're now up to 5th and 6th right now. Let's see if he's got anything for these boys. Outside line's getting a good run. Jack Kelly, Andrew Teft, and that really good-looking 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet of Troy Thomas. And there's your Home Depot car, Emmett. The 41 of Aaron Marquis.
Yeah. Nice to see him back up there, you know.
He was in, I believe he was involved in our earlier caution.
Got that car all fixed up.
Yeah. 4 cars there on the outside trying to make a run. You can see Andrew Teft. He has got that front bumper stuck right up underneath the back of that 24 car. Let's see if we can go to the cockpit view and see what he's looking at. His windshield is just full of, what would you call that, turquoise and maybe a little ocean blue on that 24.
Yeah, I think that's what color that is.
Andrew Teff doing a really good job. You can see him.
That's trading paints.
Andrew Teff with a good push there on the back of Jack Kelly here as they're making their way to the front. He's pushed Kelly all the way up to third. They're almost alongside of second place car, Eric Howard. You watch him come off the corner down here. He's doing a really good job of pushing. You can see that car wiggling just all over the place right there. Oh, he's going to leave Jack Kelly hanging. He's going to jump to the outside. Andrew Teff's done pushing.
Look at Eric Howard. Sorry to cut you off, Chris,
Oh, no worries,
but
no
Eric
worries.
Howard just giving Truth Hoke a big shot. Oh my gosh. That bottom line, that top line.
It just kind of
they
fell
get a little
apart.
scary up there, Chris.
That top line just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
Andrew Teff was giving that 24 Jack Kelly a push to the front, and it kind of abandoned him, and it kind of broke that outside line up. As they're trying to form back up now, right now, with Andrew Teff and the old Rusty Wallace 2 car with the 3 car of Troy Thomas and the 41 there, right there behind him of Aaron Marquis. Let's see if these three can team up and work their way up towards the front. They were up there fighting for it, and they fell back about 3 or 4 spots here. But Truth Oak right now,
Yeah, definitely fighting for it. Eric Howard giving
looking to the
Truth Hoke
outside.
a nice shot, but yeah, look at
look at
Andrew Teff.
that big push from the outside. That 3-car tandem, it's not a tandem, is it? What would a 3-car be? A triple?
About a small train, I would think.
There we go.
But I was gonna add, that was the thing about the Gen 6. Troy Thomas and Andrew Teff worked really good together, and Andrew Teff was able to, I believe Andrew Teff won the Gen 6 race. But yeah, those guys worked really good together from Chicken Coop Racing and Misfits Racing. As we see Misfits Racing with the number 55, all the way from Hickory, North Carolina, Mr. Truth Hoke, putting her out front for sure.
And as you say that, here comes Andrew Teff on the outside. That outside row has really been working well. Andrew Teff from Hope Valley, Rhode Island, the number 2 racers. He's the Racers Elite president here, and he's going to come to the front of this. He's also the all-time win leader for Racers Elite with 40 wins, looking for his 41st win here tonight. And he has worked his way from 22nd starting position all the way to the front. It's Andrew Teff with a great push back there from Thomas. Oh, the 41 car of Aaron Marquis catches the fence there, but he collects it, and he is we're gonna stay clean and green. He's still wiggling. He might have a tire down, or he is trying to hang on to that car. It looks a little loose getting in the corner right there. I think he might have a tire down. We'll see what happens here, Aaron Marquis, but he was a big part of pushing those top 2 up to the front. And now Troy Thomas is going to take his shot at the lead and drop down in front of Andrew Teff.
Troy Thomas. Yeah, look at this. This is what I was talking about, Chris. Hayden Cummings has been put in the sucker hole, and there's no way out, so Cummings will have to back up until he finds a gap to slide into for sure.
Yeah, he tried to slide down right there in front of Sean Burke. There wasn't enough space. He made a little contact, but they were both able to collect the car. But I think that actually affected Sean Burke more than it did Hayden Cummings, as he's falling back a little bit. He found a hole. It wasn't a very big one, but he found one. Man, I feel like I'm watching a race from the 90s right here. Troy Thomas and Andrew Teff out in front. Truth Hoke led a lot of this race, now sitting there in third. And we've gone about 20 laps since the last pit stops. If they stay green here, I think we're going to see some green flag stops within the next 10 laps. That could really shake things up here, make it interesting.
Yeah, it definitely could, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But the track is cooling, Chris. It has jumped down a whole 9 degrees from 118 to 109. So as this track temperature cools and these tires warm up, the the action's going to get crazier, the draft's going to get better, and the action and the lap times are going to get faster.
Yeah, you can see this the shade setting over the track, sun going down. Definitely going to cool the track down. Going to see some speeds, but it also a lot of times when the track cools down too, the car will tighten up a little bit. So we'll see how much that cooling is going to affect these drivers as we kind of look back here through the middle of the pack, and we got another run here going up on the outside with that 73 of Cummings, the 90 of Harrison, and the 93 of Sean Burke. All cars that have been out in front sniffing the lead, and they're going to try to work their way back to the front. It looks like these little small trains, as you called it earlier, of 3 cars works really well on that outside if they can just stay nose to tail.
Yeah, it definitely can, and that was the thing with this before. It was all about pack racing because, like I said, these cars have a restrictor plate, folks. If they ran like the new Gen 7 does, we'd be hitting 280, into the corners, and we'd be setting some records for sure. But they put these restrictor plates on to help the driver's safety. And it's just great to see these, but that's how these cars, Chris, are just able just to back up to each other and push each other just like a train would because of all the draft from the aerodynamics coming into play for sure.
Go to the wide angle shot right there. You see we have 10 cars now in the lead draft. We are 51 laps into this, getting ready to start lap number 52. We still got Troy Thomas out in front, Andrew Teff, Troy Hoke, your top 3. Yeah, I'd like to see you. I'd love to see these cars without plates on them. Back in the day, I'm old enough to remember when they didn't run plates. So. I can remember the likes of Buddy Baker and going 220 at Daytona, but I'm aging myself, so.
You remember when NASCAR when Lee Petty won that first race at Daytona, huh?
I can remember when it was Henry Ford.
Oh my God.
Okay, there wasn't a NASCAR then, I know, but all right, so we're back here at this 10. Go ahead.
You smoked a cigarette with. I was gonna say you were there at the satellite hotel. Smoked a cigarette with Bill France and drank a beer with him when y'all came up with NASCAR.
There you go. Speaking of smoking cigarettes, do you ever see images of like David Pearson or Dick Trickle actually used to smoke while they were driving?
Yeah, Harry Gant too.
Yeah. All right, we'll get back.
What if the camel?
Yeah. Or we get back to the front. Hayden Cummins and that Sunoco 73. Is that a Ford? It is a Ford. It's now worked his way to the front. I say his. That's probably I'm not sure, so we'll just say is taking that 73 to the front. Jonathan Harrison right behind, pushing their way to the front of the field here. Troy Thomas down on the bottom still with Andrew Teff tucked in right behind. Oh, little contact, and there it's going to go around.
There we go.
They're going to go around. Hayden Cummins has worked their way to the front. Jonathan Harrison had done a great job pushing, but unfortunately just caught him at the wrong time, caught the left rear quarter of that car. And Hayden Cummins worked their way all the way to the front of the field and is now out of the draft. No caution, no chance to get caught back up right there. We'll go back and look at this real quick. See what happened.
Hayden Cummings just came over the chat and said, "God save the king."
You can see Cummins right here. You can see Harrison takes a look to the inside a little bit, and there's just contact right there. And that is going to turn the 73 into the infield. Just too bad right there. There's a lot of laps left to go. They maybe get back up here to the front, and we did end up getting a caution out of that. And Teff now back out in the lead. Harrison now in second after that little bit of contact there with Hayden Cummins. I would have to think everybody's going to come in and pit right here. We're, let's see, Harrison last pit was like back on lap 21. That's 32 laps. I would assume we're going to see the whole field come down in the pit road there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Take a look at. We're taking another look at it. Oh yeah. Just came across the nose. Man.
Yeah, just bad luck there for Hayden Cummins. Worked all the way up to the front with some help from Jonathan Harrison, and then just a little mistake right there. Didn't look like it was intentional or anything, like just a little bit of mistake, and that's all it really takes. But was lucky enough, didn't make any contact with the inside or outside wall.
Yeah, real lucky for sure.
And it looks like our pole sitter Prokop's finally going to get that lucky dog. He's going to go around and get back on the lead lap while everybody else ducks down into the pits. Now
Yeah, they're coming in right here.
The whole field's coming in. We're 55 laps into this race, 94 to go. If my math is correct, that's 39 laps. 39 laps to go here. I don't know if we're going to be able to go the distance from here or not. We did have some cars go 32.
40 laps to go. Well, yeah, 39 when we go green.
I see you can make it out of the pits here first. Andrew Teft with a good stop. But it looks like it's going to be Troy Thomas coming out of the pits first. Going to take the lead here on the restart from our fourth caution. Truth Hoke, sorry. Jonathan Harrison, Andrew Teft, Sean Burke.
Oh, wow. Wow. You want to hear something interesting?
Go right ahead, share.
So they're gonna give the 76 of Eric Howard a penalty.
For
Said they're gonna give it to him for not calling out that he was pitting too early on.
Okay. So it looks like he is
I
following
didn't
back.
see what happened there.
I didn't see that either. I think maybe there was a little contact as they came down pit road on either this stop or the last one.
They said, well, take a look right here. I might have backed up too much. So let's see. Okay, there went Cummings. So Hayden Cummings goes around. So now what happened with Eric Howard? I'm just trying to figure out, Chris, why they called the penalty on Howard.
I couldn't see that.
Oh, there it is right there. I got it right there.
Well, unfortunately, you're the only one looking at it, so you're going to have to explain it to us.
So Aaron Marquis had to check up because I guess Eric Howard called it out too late. Yeah, that's what happened, Chris.
Okay.
Right here. Eric Howard, he says, I'm pitting. Well, then all of a sudden, the 85 got into Marquis because Marquis had to check up. And Marquis went through the grass, and that's what brought out the caution. So Hayden Cummings didn't bring out that caution. Okay, that's
Gotcha.
what it was.
Thank you for the excellent play-by-play.
No problem. I've got a little experience doing it.
All right, so we got pace car. Where's the pace car? Right there. Has it got lights on or not? I can't tell.
Let's see.
Looks like they're out. So pace car with the lights
Yeah,
out.
they're out. They're going green this time.
Head down that
gyro
long
cameras,
back
too.
straightaway, the Alabama gang super stretch back straightaway they call it. I just saw that on the wall.
Yep, the Alabama gangs.
Alabama. Can you even name the Alabama gang?
Yeah, it was Bobby Allison, Kel Yarbrough, I think. Want to say, dang, I had it. I could name two of them.
How
Can you
about
name it?
Bobby Allison, Donnie Allison, Neil Bonnet, and the great Red Farmer was a part of the original.
Bonnet,
It was
yeah.
yeah, Red Farmer. Red Farmer was still racing into his 90s. I think he might still be racing right now.
He definitely is. If you go to Talladega short track, you'll definitely run into Red Farmer.
As we make our way off of turn number 4 here, pace car going to duck back down inside. We got Troy Thomas in the lead. Truth Hoke, Andrew Taft, your top 3 right now. And we got the Amazon package of number 90. Jonathan Harrison. Let's see if he can stay up here in the front.
38 laps to go, Chris. Who you got winning?
I'm going to go with Hayden Cummins. I'm just guessing. I think it's all we can do right now. A long way to go. I just picked somebody in the middle of the pack right now. Troy Thomas gets a good start.
At least you're honest.
Hey, Troy. I don't know why I can't say the word truth. I'm just gonna say Hoke, I guess, from now on. Able to tuck in behind. Yeah, I don't. I'm struggling with it. I don't know why. We look up on the outside of that number. That's 7-11 of Trevor Fettig.
The thing was,
yes.
Alan.
What was that?
I was going to say, the thing was, when I first did that race with Alan, he told me, he said, it's Truth Hoke, not Hokey. I was like, all right. He said, you'd be surprised how many people say Hokey.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially those from Texas. Oh, we got somebody blinking there back and forth. Looks like a Hayden comes in at 73. But as I was getting ready to say that, with somebody name we haven't called all day long, this number 7-11. Really good-looking Pepsi car with a Star Wars on the hood of Trevor Fettig. Started way back in 25th, all the way up to 6th right now, trying to work their way to the front and getting a push from Hayden Cummins.
Rocking the Jeff Gordon Star Wars Pepsi throwback.
I'm glad you knew that. I didn't watch a lot of NASCAR during that period of time. Oh, Daniel Jackson, little bobble there, almost drives it up into the wall.
I didn't watch NASCAR until 2005, actually. So, since then, going back and seeing all the races and everything, that's how I can remember it.
So it looks like we're up here in front. The top 6-7 cars all now single filed out. And it's Troy Thomas out in front in that good wrench number 3 Chevrolet from Boone, North Carolina. And he has got Truth Hoke all over the back of him. Yes, sir?
I'll tell you, Chris. Austin Norris just came on the radio and said, hey, 73, you got a spotter? Because if you do, you need to get rid of him.
Those 73s looking for a spotter, we're hearing. If anybody out there wants to do some spotting work. And, boy, that 28 car keeps flashing back and forth. We got a little bit of network issues here. Hopefully we don't see anybody else disconnect as this goes along. I think we had a couple guys earlier, but looks like up front we've kind of settled down a little bit. Everybody's settling here, single file, going to try to just make it to the end. We're at 61 laps, getting ready to start 62nd lap. We'll have 32 left to go out of 94. The one thing I really like about this race, being the old school guy, I'm not a huge fan of stage races. I'm not a big fan of those mandatory cautions and grouping everybody back up. So I really enjoy that we're running this race tonight. 94 laps, no stages. We just get to see what everybody can do. I mean, unfortunately, we've had enough cautions so far to kind of break that up, and we're on a long run right now. And Truth Hoke is doing a great job, just tucked up underneath the back bumper there of Troy Thomas, just giving him a great push and just trying to keep him separated from that third place car of Andrew Taft.
I wish they would have brought the Dodge. What was it? The Dodge. What was Dodge's? Intrepid. Because you had the Monte Carlo SS, you had the Ford Taurus, and then you had the Dodge Intrepids.
I think Dodge.
But maybe since Dodge is coming back to NASCAR, maybe that could be one day.
I announced the other day that Dodge are going to come back to truck racing next season. A 73 car Hayden Cummins. Who was it that complained about the 73 spotter? I don't know who it was, but Hayden did a good job right there. Hayden Cummins found a spot down in front of Eric Howard, or excuse me, down there in front of that 90 of Jonathan Harrison.
It was Austin Norris that was saying that. Oh man!
Oh, they're
Dang it, Jackson.
they are wanting. They're wanting to crash again. I think they crashed and didn't know it right there because they're just. We are going for some small gaps wherever that car will fit. I had an old friend of mine used to drive a sprint car. Said if the left front will fit, the rest will go. And it looks like these guys are taking that to heart.
David Shively trying to. I love this, Chris, being able to hear the team communications and everything. It's very interesting for sure.
I'm glad you got it in your ear. I got enough going on in my ear. I didn't want to turn that on. I'm afraid I had to turn it off the live feed. I'm afraid we might catch something on the feed we didn't want to catch. You know how that goes?
Yeah, YouTube might blacklist us or something.
Big fight. We're looking back here at Pro Cop. He must have taken some damage earlier because I really expected after he got his lap back that he would charge up through the field, but he is way off the pace, 34 seconds back of the field right now.
Oh, man.
You make me jump back to the front when you do that.
Coke is giving a great push to Thomas. Yeah, jumping back to the front.
Man, if I ever come to
Coke is giving Troy Thomas a shot.
If I ever come to Texas, we are not getting in the car together.
You're doing good. Everything's good.
Troy Thomas, truth.
Now, if I ever come somewhere on the West Coast,
We can come out. You come out and see some ocean. Troy Thomas, Truth Hoke, Andrew Teft, your top three. We got that blinking number 73 of Hayden Cummins. Kind of keeps fading in and out there. Looking back to the outside, but just doesn't know which way to go. Outside, inside, just trying to find the best pusher they can find. As Hayden Cummins works down in front of Eric Howard in that fifth spot right now.
Austin Norris is on the radio livid about the 73. He just said you got to pick a lane and stay in it.
Well, you know,
But he did use nicer, so I kind of made it more polite.
I was always told if you were out in front, every lane was yours until somebody took it away from you. But Hayden Cummins has been a little indecisive up and down the racetrack. Now looking to the outside of Jonathan Harrison. If it gets down to the end of this race and he's up towards the front, he may have some hard time finding some friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we got a crash back there in the back of 7 car up into the fence. The 51 and the 7 come together, and Austin Norris is going to catch a piece of that big super stretch back straightaway.
Oh.
And the Wonder Bread number 7, and it looks like Austin Norris is going to fall back through the field here. Let's see if we can see what happened here real fast. We'll do a quick replay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It looks like the 18 car kind of jumped
Austin
up there in
Norris
front of him.
is having a good night.
It looks like the 18 kind of jumped up there in front of him. He had to check up just a little bit. Actually kind of hit the wall on his own.
Yeah.
And then as he came down off the walls, collects the 51 and also turns around the 57 of Aaron Roth, one of our early leaders of the race. Unfortunately, Aaron Roth collected in that one as well. Now don't repeat everything you hear in chat. Don't get it. This is our first night together. This is our first night together. My first night producing. Let's not get us fired on the first night now, Emmett. Come on.
Get back to the first night. Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna say that. I've been trained. Yeah, because I used to work at the local dirt track, so yeah, I know. Oh man, look at that, Justin Thomas, Troy Thomas, all on the inside of the pace car. Inside the pace car, actually.
So it looks like we're going to have a few cars diving down into the pits. This should be the last pit stop of the race. All your leaders diving in. We're at 68 laps of 94. Might do some quick math in my head. What is that? 26 laps left to go. You see that? They taught us old guys how to do math. I don't know about you guys anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 26 laps.
Well, you say old. How old are you?
We're going to leave that topic for another discussion.
So, wait, you're...
For right now, we're just talking about...
I'm 28, so, I mean...
For right now, we're just talking about the Racers Elite here at Talladega. Chris Murphy and Emmett Crow from Sim Racing Media bringing you the events tonight as we're on lap 69. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is how you change the subject and move on to something else.
Yeah. My ADD also helps.
So Troy Thomas is going to come in the pits, come back out with a lead. All right, what are we going to see
Race
here?
Control is saying the 7 might get an EOL because they're saying the 7 was... Yeah, the 7 has gotten an EOL.
My gosh. For all of our fans out there, can you tell us what an EOL is?
So for an EOL, that is an end-of-the-line penalty, so that's saying that the 7 caused the wreck. So if you cause the wreck, you go to the back.
All right, thank you for that little bit of information.
No problem. I'm here till Thursday.
Where are you going after that?
I don't know. I was quoting Shrek.
All right.
Oh,
all right, with 25 laps left to go. Probably going to be about 24 by the time we take the green flag here. Troy Thomas out in front. Led a bunch of this race. I don't know how many laps everybody's led here. But Troy Thomas, Truth Hoke, Jonathan Harris on your top 3. Andrew Teft sitting there in 4th. What do we got? 15 cars still on the lead lap right now. Prokop looked to have some damage. He fell back away from that lead draft earlier. So I think we might have maybe 13 competitive cars here right now, unless Norris got that car fixed down there in the pits. He's still sitting in the pits. So I think he's going to lose a lap here. So, all right,
How about Stephen Blevins staying out there?
He's out there making some laps. He's where's he at? Yeah. 10 laps down right now. Where's he at there? 4 laps down. He's out there just trying to finish the race.
Doing good.
He's trying to stay out of the incidents. I think just trying to improve his incident rating. Not a bad plan.
I think we're not done with the incidents, Chris.
All right.
Yeah.
24 laps to go. What do you think? What are we going to see here?
The big one. The big one's coming. It'll probably come with about 10 laps to go when the pressure ramps up.
All right, Troy Thomas, we got the lights out on the pace car. Heading down the back straightaway one more time. We're on our 5th caution here. 70 laps into this race. 24 to go. I'm really starting to think Andrew Teft's going to pull this out for his 41st Racers Elite victory here tonight. He's the all-time Racers Elite winner. I think he's just kind of been back there just kind of playing his cards tight. He's going to have to lead there a bit early, but I think he's been just kind of staying out of trouble here. I look for that 2 car to be out in front here before this is over with.
Corey in race control, he's having the good old time.
I bet. I'm going to put that in my other ear one of these days. Forgot a way to do that. All right, making our way through 3 and 4 here. They're going to come off of turn number 4. We'll see the pace car dip down inside. one more time. Troy Thomas is going to bring him to the line to start lap number 71. Troy Thomas, Truth Hoke, Jonathan Harrison, Andrew Teff, Trevor Fettig. Big mover of the race up 20 spots to 5th. And that 7-Eleven Star Wars Pepsi throwback.
Big push.
And we are green. Troy Thomas got a little separation there from that 90 Harrison. I think Truth Hoke and Andrew Teff are just going to drive right back on the outside here, with Troy Thomas kind of left hanging there without any help. But Jonathan Harrison is able to get up on the back bumper and kind of just not quite in time, and Hoke is now going to take the lead with Teff tucked behind him. You're going to... I told you. Oh, there we go.
Here comes Teff. Oh, they're wrecking.
They are wrecking. It looked like the 53 of Sean Burke. I thought I saw Trevor Fettig in there. We were just talking about Trevor coming all the way from that 25th starting position, getting involved in this crash right here. Eric Howard's also involved. The 707 of Chris. Did we decide how to say Chris's last name? Gaxel? That's what I'm going to go with. Also involved here. We're going to back this up here.
Gaxel?
Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Our friend from across the pond.
All right, let's see if we can see what happened here. Where did this start at? I'm thinking it might have started with Burke there in the middle. Oh yeah, Burke just catches
down the backstretch.
Just catches the right rear quarter. Eric Howard. I couldn't tell if Eric came down a little bit or Burke moved up a little bit, but he catches that left rear quarter. And that turns the 76 of Howard down the racetrack right in front of the 7-Eleven of Trevor Fettig. That 7-Eleven with some damage now. He is not going to make it to the Slurpee stand. Get it? That was a 7-Eleven joke.
Slurpee stand?
7-Eleven joke. Okay, never mind.
I got you.
All right.
I got you.
So let's see if we can back it up just a little bit more here and see what started that. I assume we're under caution, aren't we?
Yeah, we're still under caution.
Right,
Looks like they're going to pit.
All right.
But I was going to say, do y'all still have 7-Elevens? Because all the 7-Elevens down here have been turned into BKs.
Oh, yeah, we got tons of 7-Elevens around here. I can get a Slurpee every day if I want. All right, so we're going to look at this again here, right here. And you can see it. It actually looks like the 76 of Howard might have came down just a little bit and caught that. They just kind of met in the same spot. I don't know if he was trying to get into a hole that wasn't there. But we're under our sixth caution right now. We'll go back to live time. We can see the 707 here of Chris Gaxel down in the pit area. Everybody else back up on the track here. Let's see. I don't see any reason to come in and take tires here if you're up towards the front, do you?
I don't either. I mean, there's 22 laps to go. This ain't the last caution that we're going to have in this 22 laps.
Truth Hoke out in front.
I think they're just trying to get fuel.
I didn't see what. Yeah, maybe. I don't see why they need fuel here at this point. I think we can go. I mean, they pitted back on lap 68, and we saw cars going over about 32 laps earlier. So I don't think fuel is going to come into be an issue here at this point.
Yeah, I think just saving fuel, and that's why we're seeing Truth Hoke, gets down on the apron just a hair, and I think he's just trying to save fuel, but you never know. This is definitely not our last caution that we're going to have for sure.
Well, it's possible when they came down with just a few laps left to go. Maybe they didn't fuel up all the way, get out of the pits a little quicker, keep the car a little bit lighter. A little bit different strategies here and there. I told you we're going to see that 2 car up in the front here. He is sitting there in second with Daniel Jackson right there in third.
Yep.
And as I was writing off Dale Prokop earlier, he has now made his way up into 8th. And he's made some repairs on that car after the last couple pit stops, and he's going to work his way to the front. He was our pole sitter. All right, Looks like we still got the
Yeah,
lights out on the safety
definitely.
car. Lights still on the safety car. We're going to go around at least one more time. All right, one more time. It's Chris Murphy and Emmett Crow. I got your name right. Am I saying Emmett right? It's not Emmett or anything. It's Emmett.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Just Emmett.
Here with Sim Racing Media covering the Racers Elite Friday night adventure here with the Gen 4 Cup cars at Talladega Speedway. And we got the lights out on the pace cars. They head through turns 1 and 2. The only thing I haven't used all night long is this little track map. It helps me know where they're. But see, yeah, they're coming off of 2. We'll throw that up there.
There you go.
Hoke, Teft, and Jackson, your top 3. Troy Thomas back there in 4th. Thomas was leading at that last caution, but just kind of got shuffled back there. Kind of lost his drafting partner with Harrison falling back. Thomas falling back there to 4th. But I think right now it's anybody on the lead lap right here still has a chance. 93 of Burke back there in 13th. He led a bunch of this race earlier.
Definitely.
All right, who's your pick?
Oh man, I've seen Truth run really good in these super speedway races. He's ran second. He's ran top 5. I think Truth finally gets her done, and he's gonna put that 55 in victory lane.
All right, we're going to coming off of turn 4 here. Actually heading into turn 3. I come around and take the green flag with about 20 laps left to go. If you're out there in the chat, let us know who you think's going to win.
Let's see. Who do we have? Who's chat saying that? Let's take a look and see.
Chat is not nobody yet.
The Allen.
All right, we got
So Allen, it looks like
pace car dropping down.
Looks like Davis won the race to the beer stand.
Excellent. All right,
Our
pace
good
car down
friend,
there.
Mr.
We're going to go green with
Allen.
about 20 laps left to go. The end of our 6th caution here at Talladega. And Hoke with a big jump. He made that same mistake. It looks like he might have made that same mistake that Thomas did on that last restart. But he got a big enough jump that Teft's going to jump down behind him. Usually you see that car on the inside get that big of a jump. The guys on the outside are going to drive right past him. But he has some friendly help there from Teft and Thomas both dropping down in behind him. And look who's coming up on the outside. It's that 9 car of our pole setter, Dale Prokop. Worked his way up to 6, and he's got a big push behind him from Davis Shively in that 85 car. Don't write Prokop out of this race yet. He is coming to the front.
Yeah, what a comeback from Prokop. They were going to give him a black flag because they were saying that he passed the pace car, but he's like, hold up. He said, I was the lucky dog. So they waved the black flag off, and here he is right up here battling for this lead. Unbelievable.
Just saw that Hayden Cummins car at 73 just kind of blinking in and out again, so hopefully it doesn't cause any problems here late in the race with 19 to go. And it's Truth Hoke out in front, and I'm finally able to say Truth and not Troth. So Andrew Teft in 2nd, Troy Thomas 3rd, Daniel Jackson and Prokop now up into 5th. Now into that 4th spot, making their way around the outside of Daniel Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2-1 sponsor cars with Shively in 2nd in that line, trying to get going on that high side. But look at this, Chris. This bottom line is going, and they're going quick. That train is coming. But look at Prokop trying to make a run on the outside. I just don't know if he can do it.
A couple times tonight, now we've seen those 3 and 4 car trains
Oh, man.
make their way to the front, and Prokop is still coming. That outside line is working. They're now up along the outside of that 3rd place car, Troy Thomas, Prokop, Shively, and 57 of Roth, one of your early race leaders, working their way back up to the front. Look, you see Prokop coming down, getting a little bit of side draft off the side of that 3 car, and you can see how it kind of propels him a little bit forward. Let's go to the in car here with
Davis
Shively real
Shively.
quick.
Yeah, Aaron Roth trying to give Davis Shively a big shot to give Prokop a huge shot to that lead.
We're riding along here with Davis Shively from Fairfield, California, in that 85 car, working his way up towards the front. He is pushing Dale Prokop to the lead. They're working their way up on the outside of the third place car. Let's see if they can keep this outside line rolling. Prokop, Shively, and Roth in that 57 up on the outside. They are still coming. About every lap they gain about a car length up there. We got 17 laps left to go in this 94 lap event.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this, Chris. Here they come. He's going to get a big shot from Shively down this backstretch, and he's going to try to be side by side with Hoke as we come down the Alligator backstretch. Can't even talk.
I heard what you said. I got you. Hoke, Teft, and Thomas, your top three. Prokop coming up on the outside with Shively and Roth. Daniel Jackson in that beautiful pink number 18 trying to hang into here. He's kind of stuck. He didn't really have any place else to go. He's just looking for a hole. And then we got that 73 car back there. Hayden Cummins looking for a spotter. If you're looking for work, Hayden Cummins looking for a spotter, we heard earlier. They've been having some connections there, so let's see if they can hang on here. Prokop, it looks like they've
like Dell Prokop looking for a sponsor.
They've kind of stalled out on the outside of that three car.
Guys.
All the unsponsored cars.
Look at the unsponsored line up there.
All right, we're all.
That.
That's what we're gonna call it, the unsponsored line on the outside, the 9, the 85, the 57, and the 93. Working that outside. Well, look at Daniel Jackson in that 18 car. Just got their hands full, just wiggling all over the place, and that outside line now starting to fall back just a little bit.
Man. Yeah. Hayden Cummins just isn't able to get up to Jackson's bumper to give him a shot. But yeah, the unsponsored line is really starting to fall apart.
The outside line's falling back.
I think they're backing up. Well, actually, here they come, Chris.
Prokop with put another push from Shively, looking to try to get out on the outside of Daniel Jackson in that fourth spot. The top three just kind of all in single file. I think they're just satisfied to get to the end here and fight it out amongst themselves. Just trying to put a little separation on this fight behind them. Just try, hopefully not get.
Looks like that might be Brandon. Might be Brandon Jackson, Chris. Sorry to cut you off, but telling the 73, please don't push in the corners.
Not a good place to push in the corners. You want to push down the straightaway. You start pushing somebody in the corner, and you just get a little bit unsquare off that back bumper, and you're going to turn them around and cause the next big pileup. And as we see, Hayden Cummins flashing in and out there again. And one more time, that outside row is going to try to make a charge. 14 laps left to go. Prokop, Shively, and Roth
Hayden
on the
Cummins
outside.
blinked big time.
Yeah, Hayden Cummins is kind of flashing in and out. So
Yeah.
if you're Jonathan Harrison in that 90 car right there behind him, you don't know where the heck he's at. He's rubber banding all over in front of your screen.
Yeah. Who's that car? Somebody, is that Aaron Roth shooting to the inside? They're almost 3 wide in the back, Chris. They are 3 wide.
That's Sean Burke back there in the back trying to make it 3 wide. And he's actually going to try to get around Roth, but not able to do so. The 24 car, Jack Kelly.
God, look at this.
We are going to come down to a fight here with 14 laps left to go at Talladega. 80 laps we've ran.
Eric Howard, stay up there. Oh, man, what a move by Prokop.
Prokop finds a hole, gets down in front of the 18 of Daniel Jackson, gets himself into fourth, leaves his buddies on the outside kind of hanging out there. But here comes Shively back on the outside with it.
Definitely, Chris.
Prokop saw the opportunity to get down to the bottom. Now these top four separating just a little bit. 13 to go. Shively jumps down in front of Jackson. Jackson has to look like he had to lift just a little bit just to keep him running in the back of that 57.
Yeah, Prokop going to give Troy Thomas a big shot to give Teft a shot. It's going to be chain reaction all the way to Truth Hoke for the lead.
We got 12 cars right here in this lead pack. It's anybody's race to win here. Even Marquis at 41 back there in 12th could find a hole here with 12 laps left to go. Let's see who can see the air here at Talladega and find a way to the front. Oh,
what
Prokop,
a move by Prokop.
Prokop finds a hole, jumps up in front of the 57 of Roth. Well, that was a close one. Unfortunately, it looks like they might stall out again, but they're going to try it again. So it's Prokop. Now, instead of Shively behind him, he's now got Roth right behind him. Let's see if Roth can push a little better. And there's 73 Cummins there catching the fence up on the outside.
Wow.
We are going to have a hell of a race right here to the finish. We're 11 laps left to go. Hoke's been leading us with Taft and Thomas, the top three. They've just been nose to tail here for about the last 20 laps or so. Everybody else is fighting it out behind him. Is Prokop going to make a run on the outside all by himself on the outside of Thomas there?
That's what it's looking like. I think he's trying to back up Chris to,
big push right
Roth,
there.
and that's what happened. Now Thomas gives, that's what he was trying to do. And now look at this, Chris. Now the top line is getting organized as Sean Burke is trying to get to the back of Thomas to give Roth a shot to push Prokop to the lead.
Prokop on the outside, your first car on the outside row with Roth right behind him. All cars that have led at one point in this race, and here they come. That outside line making a run up on the outside of Truth Hoke.
Look at that run.
We are side by side. It's Hope Prokop out in front right now, getting that great push by Roth. Let's see what Prokop does. Let's see if he abandons Roth on the outside and drops down to the bottom. Oh, we're crashing. We're crashing. We're going around. It's going to be Harrison, the 73 of Hayden Cummins, and that looked like the 55 of Truth Hoke.
Oh,
We got 10 laps left to go in this. Oh, that's unfortunate. We had a heck of a race going on up front. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened here.
yeah, it looked like right here, Chris, what I'm looking at, when we saw the battle for the lead going on, it looks like from Thomas might have got a shot from Burke right here. Yeah, that's what happened. So Burke just got to the corner panel of Thomas got into Cummins. Oh man.
Well, I'm
contact into the wall.
going to look at this just a little bit different here. And what I see is Harrison up on the outside there. And we have Cummins there with a big run in the middle. And they just meet in the middle right there. Let me rewind it one more time. Harrison on the outside. Cummins kind of comes in there.
Under that old. Do you think they met under that old Georgia pine?
I was thinking the old oak tree, but you know. And we'll go back and look at this one more time. We're gonna look at this from Hayden Cummins' view. All right, let me know where we're at in the caution because I can't see it when I'm looking at it right now. So we're gonna go to the cockpit view here from Hayden Cummins and see what they saw here. And you can see there's a hole right there. He says, "Hey, look, a hole. It's a gift." The 93 moves to the outside of Sean Burke, and Cummins says, "Look, I'm going to the front, ladies and gentlemen." Big hole, and then all of a sudden, wait a minute. He runs into the package, the UPS package of Harrison, and unfortunately, the 55
I was about
also
to say,
caught up in that.
It looked like Harrison tried to shove his package into that hole, and when he did, that's when Cummins got into him, and yeah, Truth Hope, tough break though, had a chance to win this race. Unbelievable.
We're going to look at this from Hoke's view here and see what he saw. And he's just kind of riding along right here, just a victim of somebody else's mistake, and he's going to go for a ride, catches that inside wall, and there's going to take some damage, and that may just take his chances of winning this race. Might have just went out the window there for Truth Hope.
We have another car out of this race. Austin has taken it to the garage.
All right, we got 8 laps left to go. Dale Prokop now made a way to the front of this field. We didn't get any predictions from the chat here on who was going to win this race. Nobody wanted to take a guess here, so
I want to know who won.
who won the
race
beer
to
stand?
beer stand.
I guess somebody must be thirsty. So Prokop
Blake
now.
Davis,
Where's Blake Davis? Blake Davis went home hours ago. Dale Prokop,
It's a great job by Jack Kelly. Props to him for coming on and apologizing. And Sean Burke just came out and said, "You have been forgiven."
Nice. So, Prokop, your pole sitter for this race, has made his way back to the front of the field. Aaron Roth, Sean Burke, Aaron Teff, Troy Thomas have all taken chances, have all taken turns leading this race at one point or another. Davis Shively kind of getting up here in the top 5, top 6 right now for first time today in that non-sponsored number 85 Ford. Maybe it's not sponsored because it's a Ford. I don't know. Aaron Markey up in 7th. Trevor Fettig in that 7-11 back there in 8th right now in that Star Wars Pepsi involved in a crash earlier. I don't know if there's anybody in the field right now that hasn't been involved in something. Maybe Andrew Teft?
You know, Andrew Taft, Troy Thomas,
and maybe Shively. Maybe yeah.
Either.
I don't remember saying their names earlier.
Yeah.
All right, we got
And
lights.
Sean Burke hasn't been involved either.
Lights out on the pace car. And we're heading through turns 1 and 2 right now. All right, I don't think anybody came down and pitted late, did they? It looks like Trevor Fetty came down and maybe put some tires on back there in that 7 spot. We'll see if
He
that...
actually gained 18 spots.
Yeah, he started back in
that's
back
right.
in.
We're saying that he gained 18 spots.
Oh no, he did. He started back in 25th in this field. He was way back in the back. He was our last place qualifier, and he's all the way up to 8th right now.
How about Aaron Markey though?
Aaron Markey with a great run. He's kind of been he's been a yo-yo in this field. He's been back and forth, just kind of hanging in there. He's back up in 8th right now. He's got a shot to win this race. Anything can happen. There was 7 to go. I think I saw in the rules for this race we would go 3 green-white checkers. Did you see that? Yeah, 3 green-white checkered attempts if we get to that point.
Well, look.
I just pulled it up. I just read it. It says 3.
All right. We'll go with it.
All right, Prokop out in front. We're coming off a turn 4, going to head down to the tri-oval. Pace car going to drop down into the pits. Prokop Roth. I'm going to take a quick breath here before this goes for 7 laps left to go. You call this start. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's let the fans just listen to these engines because I just love these cars so much. They just sound so great.
Green, green, green.
This will be our crank it up section.
I got it cranked up as hard as it'll go. Unfortunately, it's not very far, so.
Maybe TV2, you might get a good sound of it.
Good shot as they head down through the 1 and 2 here after the restart.
TV2.
Prokop out in front. Teff looking down underneath them. Prokop goes down to block.
Oh, what a move.
Gets down in front of Andrew Teff, blocks that inside line.
Prokop throwing those Brad Keselowski blocks right there.
Prokop out in front, Teff right behind him, Roth up on the outside. Burke sitting back in 3rd, see if Roth can get a good push from Shively back there in that 5th spot. And there's Thomas back into the picture. Marquis Cummins back into the picture after that last caution. And there's our last place starter, Fettig, back in that 9th spot. Let's see if they can make their way to the front. Prokop with a good lead right here. He's got Teff pushing him behind. 5 laps left to go, but Teff goes up. I saw a hole. I'm going to the outside. He jumps up in front of the 57 of Roth. Teff's going to the front with a big push from the 57 of Roth right there.
Yeah, Aaron Roth, the Cornhusker, trying to make it to the front.
Teff drop back down to the bottom in front of Prokop.
Kelly has taken his car to the garage.
Teff Roth up on the outside. We got 5 left to go. We're side by side, about 8 cars deep here. Teff Roth, Shively now up on the outside, and Shively's going to give Roth a push to the front. And we got another new leader here with Roth. Teff down on the bottom. Prokop trying to give him a little bit of a push. Almost got a little bit down in the corner down there. Good push there from Prokop. Let's see if he can push that inside realm. I'm kind of surprised Roth didn't jump down to the bottom right there, but they took that line away now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Chris, This reminds me of being in high school or junior high. You know, you go to that dance, and it's so awkward trying to find that dance partner or trying to find that prom date. Well, this is time to find your dance partner, who you're going to dance with, and take them all the way to the checker flag for sure.
And it looks like Prokop said, I'm not dancing with you, Teft. I'm going to the front. And he's going to take Roth with him. It's Prokop back out in the lead. He saw a chance to get on the outside of Teft there, get up in front of Roth. Makes his way back to the point. 4 laps left to go. It's Prokop, Roth, and Shively, your top 3. Teft down there on the bottom.
Oh, look at this.
Nice move there from Aaron Roth to the lead. He dives down underneath Prokop right in front of Teft. And that is going to leave Prokop in the sucker hole right in the middle. And he is going back in a hurry. He is dropping back to about 6 or 7. Let's see if he can find a hole somewhere.
He's going to get a big shot from... I was going to say, Chris, he's going to get a big shot from True Poke right here.
We are 3 wide in the middle of this pack, middle of this battle here up in the front.
Go down the back straight.
3 laps left to go. Prokop finds himself a dancing partner. He's going to try to push Shively back to the front. And there's that 55 car, Truth Hoke, back in this battle now after getting involved in that last caution. We've got 10, 11 cars, 12 cars all right here in this lead pack, all in the lead lap. Going to come down to the last 3 laps as we come down through the tri-oval area to start. 2 laps left to go.
Popsicle sticks go up in the air.
Hold your breath. It's going to be exciting here towards the end. Let's see if we can make it. If we make it to the white flag, the next flag would end this race. We got 2 laps left to go. They're going to come around one more time to take the white flag, and it's Shively now to the front. Shively up to the front for the first time in this race. Roth down on the inside. Prokop right there in 3rd. Teft back there in 2nd. As they're going to come off of turn number 4. Going to come down through the stripe. We got it crashing there in the back. It looks like the 73 of Cummins up into the fence. Lost the front bumper. We're going to stay green. And they're going to come down through the trial. We'll take the white flag. No caution flag out for Cummins back there. And here we are side by side. Shively now to the front. This might be the first lap Shively has led all day long. Shively to the front. Prokop there in 2nd. Looking to the outside.
Look at Truth Hoke.
Hoke now back up in 3rd after spinning around that last caution flag. It's Shively down on the bottom. They head down that long back straightaway. Let's see who can get out. Hold on to the lead right here, right now. And it's going to be Prokop now to the point with Hoke right there behind him. And here comes that beautiful pink 18 of Daniel Jackson up there on the outside. We're 3 wide. We are 3 wide. We're 4 wide. We're 4 wide coming off of turn 4. And they're crashing there behind him.
Gosh.
There it goes. We got a car up on their side back there, but they're going to come to the line. And it's going to be Shively looking to the outside of Prokop. They're going to 3 wide. Roth going down to the inside. Who's going to win to the finish? It's going to be Andrew Teft coming up on the outside. We went 5 wide there across the line. Andrew Teft taking the win. We're going to crash as they cross the line right now. And there goes Prokop. Teft taking the win. Shively 2nd. Prokop 3rd. Aaron Roth going to be 4th. We got to go back and watch that finish.
That's what I'm watching right now, Chris.
Let's see. Where did Teft come from? He was back there and about. Let's see if we can get a good view of this here from TV1 or TV2. I don't know where we're going to get a better view. There's a good shot as they're 4 wide coming through the tri-oval. You can see Roth.
Sean Burke gave him a shot.
Here we are 4 wide. We got Roth down on the inside. Prokop. Oh, we should see my view right now. Shively 4 wide. Teft coming up on the outside as they run to the line. And there's going to be our finish. Right there with we are 3 wide there for 2nd. Teft going to take the win. That could not have been any closer right there. Let's see that again. Teft with a great run up on the outside. Roth, Prokop, and Shively 3 wide for 2nd. Wow, that was close. That was a photo finish back in my day. We have instant replay nowadays, but Teft taking the win, doing some burnouts here. We're going to see if we can figure out how to pull the race winner excuse me, into our chat here with us. Let's see if they get up into the waiting room here, but Andrew Teft with the win. I told you he was going to find his way to the front. Did I not say that?
You did say that, and wow, he
Look at
definitely did.
Look at the results there on the
Unbelievable.
look at the results there on the left for second, third, and fourth. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. They were all tied at .08 hundredths of a second behind the leader.
Yeah,
Let's see
definitely.
if we can pull up the race results here. And there's going to be our qualifying results.
Trying to get a.
Let's see here. I tried to pull up the race results, but it's giving me the qualifying results for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know how to work these cameras.
Yeah.
Here on iRacing.
What a great race, man! Great race for our first one together. I don't see anybody in the waiting room we can bring in to interview, but
sorry, I didn't.
94 laps, and it came down to the last two. They did decide to crash there at the end. Somebody was up on their side. I didn't really see who it was. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I was hoping to get the race results pulled up, but it just brings me qualifying results for some reason. All right, so we don't go on out with too much of a whimper after that great race, but it's Andrew Teft. Andrew Teft there with the win. Let's see if we can. How do we bring him in here? There we go.
Try to drag.
Andrew Teft, Chris Murphy in the booth with Emmett Crow. Hey, Andrew, you with us, buddy?
Yeah, how about that one?
What a great race, man. What do you got to say for that? That was our first race here with you. That was exciting, man. We were, I picked you about halfway through the race. So where did you find that speed right there at the end, that last couple laps?
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think you kind of cut out for a sec, but yeah, I appreciate it. I just tried to be patient most of the race. I had a lot of wrecks before the first half, and at one point toward the middle, I kind of made a run to the front and just tried to stay there and have short pit stops, the rest of the way, and kind of walked out. Everything that happened sort of happened either right behind me or a little bit further back, and was able to just kind of stay out of trouble the whole night. And want to thank Sean for the push there up top at the end. That really helped. And I think we're 4 wide there. I couldn't even tell if I had it, to be honest. I couldn't see out the left side of my car as I was going by. So
you go back and watch the replay. Yeah, go back and watch the replay. That you're going to be that finish to the end, second, third, and fourth right behind you, all side by side. I think separated by like maybe a thousandth of us. Actually, it looks like, according to my official results, they all tied for second. They went across the line 3 wide, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, I think you might have been like one of only maybe 4 cars in the whole race that weren't involved in some kind of an incident. You just take it luck, or you just ran a lot of laps here at Dega?
I kind of just tried to ride around the back for a bit, and I actually lost draft a couple times, and walked out with a couple yellows coming out, and I try to do my passing under the pit stops or during green flag pit stops if there are any. Try to stay out of trouble, and once I'm up there, I try to stay there. And kind of what I was able to do tonight. Wanted to be toward the front at the end, and kind of fanned out down the backstretch, and the whole group kind of seemed to lose momentum. I just figured I'd go to their outside and kind of hang on the right rear, and walked out with a push from Sean, and here I am.
That was a great move there at the end. Great win. If I looked at early stats earlier, that was your 41st win with Racers Elite. You got anybody you want to thank here before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank our servicemen and women as always, and you guys for putting on the show. Everybody that tunes in to watch, shows up to race, the friends, family, team. And if you don't mind doing us a favor, just hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel homepage. Trying to get to 500, so everyone helps. And if you want to check us out, just head on over to racerselite.com.
Well, appreciate it. Appreciate you having us tonight. We had a lot of fun. Our first night with the Racers Elite, you guys put on one hell of a show. Hopefully we did it justice. So, but congrats again, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.
Thanks, guys. Absolutely glad to do the rusty scheme right. It's hard to say.
It looked good. It looked good.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, you bet. Thank you. All right, Emmett, our first race together. I don't see anybody else in the waiting room, so I think we'll just kind of wrap this up. It's kind of been kind of a long evening. We started about a little over 2.5 hours ago. But our first race together, you got any final words you want to share?
Wow. You know, we were talking about this Gen 4, and I told you, I said, we're going to have some great racing, but you never know what to expect. And unbelievable job. Huge shout out to Andrew for letting us call this amazing race, and definitely looking forward to the next one for sure.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Just had a lot of fun with you tonight, Emmett. It was the first time we've done something together. We've known each other for a little bit. I was joking earlier tonight when I said we just met 30 minutes ago, but it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you being here. This was our first night running the show, so hopefully they bring us back for another one. But thanks again for everybody that was here watching the stream. Sim Racing Media. I'm supposed to have a commercial to play right now, but didn't have it prepared. So Sim Racing Media, check us out. We were broadcasted tonight here on Racers Elite YouTube page, but also go over and check ours out, simracingmedia.com or LLC. Check us out our YouTube page. If you got your own races out there you're looking to get broadcasted, reach out. But really appreciate everybody being here tonight. Emmett, really appreciate you, buddy. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. And we're gonna go ahead and play the out. We're gonna go and play the outro. Unless you got something else you want to say.
It definitely was fun.
Yeah, it helps when the first race we do together.
I had a great time with you, Chris. And
yeah, you bet, man. It helps. it helps when the first race we do is this exciting too.
Oh, definitely.
All right, brother. Well, you enjoy that Texas weather this weekend, and we will talk to you again next time.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. It is Father's Day weekend.
Good point. Happy Father's Day to everybody.